Hi everyone, and welcome to a short CPD session on guided reading. Hopefully this will help you with using some guided reading in lessons and also linking in to the reading scores that are now on SIMS. So the aim of guided reading, we aim to help pupils to remain active whilst they're reading, make sure pupils understand the text they're reading, and also help them identify Tier 2 and Tier 3 words that pupils can then use and add to their vocabulary and use in their work. This isn't a new system there as well. Simon Beale, if you follow him on Twitter, there as well, who will see he's done a lot on guided reading as well there, which part of this has been linked on. So the main issue with guided reading is when pupils are reading a piece of text and they use it for something, they often don't really take in what they've been reading. So how do we get pupils to really engage and process the text they've done? And as you see, some of the things we've perhaps all tried before there, I found we've had varying results with these. Sometimes with some pupils they work, sometimes with some classes they work, other times they don't really have much impact at all. So things like comprehension questions, writing the text as tweets, shortening the text as well, sort of all similar things there, reading the text aloud, highlighting only key parts of the text, have all had varying mixed results. So what has worked well with guided reading? Chunking the text into more manageable sections, so pupils aren't faced with a whole page of words there, which can often be quite daunting for them there as well. Encouraging them and also picking out keywords and new vocabulary for them before they start, so words that you might feel that they would be unsure about there as well, highlighting those words there as well, getting the idea that actually it's not an issue to be unsure about words, and we all still look up new words today as well. Using the Cornell Notes system there as well, which a lot of this is based on there as well, and also using retrieval practice to check student understanding. How well have they engaged with the text there as well? So all of these are a few examples coming up there, the process of guided reading. Obviously, as a history teacher, a lot of our subject is very literacy based there, so we've developed various strategies there to encourage pupils to kind of read text and also engage with it and process what they've read there. A lot of the text we've seen in textbooks there as well, there is often quite highly in terms of reading scores there as well, and often a lot aimed at a lot higher age group than perhaps the age the pupils are there as well. So the example of the first way of doing guided reading here. So we've got, there, a text there. This is one we're using in our GCSE groups there with Year 11. They've got a resource pack from the exam board, which is looking at their site study, which is the White Tower or the Tower of London there as well. Some of those sources are incredibly long. They're a page and a half of A4 there as well in this booklet produced by the exam board. So trying to get them to engage with that, we've come up with a system there as well. So we're putting the resource or the source into a table, so this is the article there as well. What we get pupils to do, we've broken that up into paragraphs as well, so again chunked that information there as well to make it a little bit easier for them to work through. So pupils basically read through the paragraph, they highlight any keywords or important pieces of information there as well, pick out new words linked to the topic. Again, encourage them to look up new words, so we might pick up things like residence here, armoury might be another keyword to pick up there as well, linking particularly perhaps with Tier 2 and Tier 3 words there as well. Pupils then add a title or heading for each paragraph there as well, and then on the other side of the table there in the box there, they summarise the paragraph into a few bullet points, no more than 2 or 3 there, or even just 1 if they can do it in that there as well. So that's broken down the text there as well. And again, with anything like this, if you're starting to do it the first time with classes there, I'd recommend scaffolding that there as well, and working through this together. So they're all doing this and they can actually see you perhaps working through this, doing the same activities that they would be doing there as well to get them started. And at the end of the text there, they complete a summary activity, basically a review of it, summarising the document there as well. What would be the 2 or 3 key points they would pick out overall about that document there as well, that piece of text. And as you can see here on the PowerPoint, there's one where you can see some highlighting being completed there. They've summarised part of the paragraphs there as well, and they've added titles to key points of text there. The other example for using guided reading here, this one's thanks to Becky McCauley. I know she uses this quite a lot with her classes there as well. And again, a very similar system there as well. But this time, the chunking is already done into paragraphs there and into boxes there as well. And they've also got a title for that paragraph. Similar system, so pupils again highlight important pieces of text here, any key words there as well. So Okay, and in this one here we might pick up words like suppression there as well, burrs, so again a good tier 3 word there as well. And then box 1, pupils sum up the paragraph there into bullet points, into a few sentences there as well. Again, it's a good idea to have them to write in boxes. It certainly encourages them to write there and feel less scared than just sort of having a blank area of the page to write something in there. If they've got a box, they might want to fill it there. And then the final bit there is summing up the paragraph into no more than 5 words. So really, really breaking this down. So there's 2 examples for guided reading. If you're using this on the virtual classroom there as well, as we're all doing at the moment there rather than in class, you might want to think about changing the colour, the background colour of Google Docs away from white, so you haven't got black text on a white background. Really easy to do. If you go to File under Google Docs, Page Setup, and you can change the page colour. You can change that for all your template documents as well there in a few clicks, so that's quite easy to do there as well, and that might help some students there as well, so they're not just staring at white on white background there with black text there as well. Also recording looms or meets there and reading through paragraphs there as well. That means pupils can obviously follow the text there as well. They can read it through, but also listening to you read it through, a bit like we do in class as well. So that's another way there as well. But obviously if it's recorded, they can go back to it, they can stop it when they want to when they're moving on there as well. So that's a really nice way of trying to engage all pupils there as well. And also in a live meet, encourage pupils to read aloud, encourage pupils to pick out new words, encourage pupils to pronounce new words as well, basically to get away from the stigma of new words and worrying about that as well, and that idea that we can all kind of come across new words. It's a good thing, and it's a good thing to highlight them and pick up them and help increase everyone's vocabulary there. I hope that's helped everyone there as well. I think I've managed to get through it this time, so the third go. We've had a wine delivery and the dog interrupting on the 2 previous goes. Any problems, please give me an email, and any questions there as well. I'll also put some templates for those Word documents there that you can use on the CPD classroom. Thanks a lot. Bye.